Hi. So let's talk love again. And today we're going to talk about control issues, mind games in love. Yes, you heard me right. Well, what I'm going to talk about today is a very small portion. It's just one of the passing references on the book I'm writing right now on relationships, right? And yes, you would be seeing the book by the end of this year. Yeah, so do wait for it. Okay, so let's talk, as I said, mind games, control issues in love. Now, नाम से ही पता चल रहा है, these are the games the lovers play with each other, and I mean, does it resonate, the words love, mind with love? No, it doesn't, right? So when it comes to love, why do we need to have control? Why do we need to use the mind? Because it's all about what you feel here, isn't it? Right? Now, if you think, yes, you heard me right. If you think you have to think a lot when it comes to love, then trust me, either it is not love or you are afraid of love. Yeah, because your dynamics, your comfort level with love is such that you don't rely on heart, what it is telling you. You're not ready to listen to your heart. It shows something which is going on within you, right? So, but control is something you want to have outside of you, right? In love, there is no place for any sort of control. Even mind, of course, wisdom. Wisdom is very different from mind, right? From your mental process. So wisdom is something which is an interplay of all the experiences, all the lessons and feelings too, right? That gets stored in our body, right? That is very different from our mental process. If you have to kind of think all the time, even in the relationship which is meant to be played, in fact all relationships, they're meant to be played by heart, isn't it? Right? So unless it is at workplace, right? So yeah, so what happens? Why do we play mind games? What is it showing about you? It is showing about fears inside you. It shows that you are, don't get me wrong, please, really, that you are a control freak, right? And let me address this right today, okay? I don't want you to feel, oh, I am such a horrible person. No, you're not. Yeah, I'm gonna explain it to you today, right? So what happens? Yeah, usually I think of course women also have control issues, but okay, let's do it in two parts. Today let me talk about how men, they play control games, the mind games in love, right? So what happens? Let's say you've not had, yes, I'm talking to men, and yes, women can also listen to this video to understand the men around them better. Yeah, so now what happens? Let's say when you were young, right? So people who loved you, yeah, they did love you, right? But they were in and out with love. Let's say people you sought love in, comfort in, right? So maybe those people were not always available, or let's say the comfort or the love they offered you was conditional. So perhaps, like we often tell our children that since there's Christmas around, let me use the Christmas ka example only. So if Santa Claus, if you are on the naughty list, Santa will not bring you the gift. Well, I know a lot of psychologists will not agree with me, and they would say that reward and punishment go side by side when it comes to parenting, and it does. And but I feel Christmas is a season of love, and why to bring naughty list there? I mean, we are teaching our children that even Santa Claus cannot give you unconditional love. Yeah, so it's like love becomes a conditional commodity for us. You have to work to earn love. Isn't love something unconditional? Shouldn't we all get love unconditionally? Yeah. You know what? How much so ever we may grow up, there's a baby inside us. Always. That baby never dies. That baby, even when we turn old, the oldest possible, yeah, that baby always craves for love, attention, and that too an unconditional kind of love and attention. A baby wants to feel safe. A baby needs to be picked up when it is in discomfort or when it cries, right? A need for safety. It is universal amongst any timeline we are on, whether we are young or in the middle age or growing old or have actually grown old, right? So as a child we learn that we have to do something for love, yeah, and that is where it gets seeded in our mind that we need to do something to keep the people we need love from in our control, so that they can continue to give us the safety. Now what happens here? You think you are in control, but the truth is you are not in control. Even when you are controlling the other person so that they continue to give you love. See, what do men do so that they continue to get loved? Maybe they will focus more on the work so that they can bring more physical prosperity, give more to people so that they respect them more, and they seek them maybe for advice or maybe for some material or financial help. Those kind of things make them feel secure, yeah, because they feel unless they don't do this, they are not worthy of love. And that's sad, but that's what happens, isn't it? Yeah. So what happens when we see all this happening? We know the only way we can control people around us is by either giving them what we think could be valuable to us or withholding it from them. Yeah. So what happens? Either you will become an overgiver, a people pleaser, or you would become a stingy, nasty, narcissistic person. That's the term they use these days. Yeah. So now love bombing is also a part of this. So what we do is, not we as in not me, but what that person who's playing the mind game would do is love bomb you, give you a lot of love, get you a lot of stuff you need, you want, you desire, give you compliments, emotional attention, physical attention, any other support you need, right? That's called love bombing. You know why they're giving? If they're giving it from the pure place where they, of course we all expect something, that's human and which is good. Will talk about that also in my next video. So, but it doesn't have to be about give and take all the time now, right? So when we are pissed off with that person and when we think that person's not behaving the way we want them to behave, we will cut off that supply, we will stop bombing. Yeah, now what happens? You think you're in control and that person is also in control of you now. That person knows what to do to make you release what they need out of you. And they can also then play on and off. Now the same toxicity or the same insecurity you were avoiding, you have brought it back in your relationship. Yeah, and wish you had started this off on a more positive note, where you are more vulnerable and truthful about what hurts you or what has hurt you. I understand there are people who take advantage of our vulnerability, but then I think love is all about taking those risks, isn't it? It's better than getting trapped. You need to play love like love. Yeah, if you are using your mind here also, controlling or getting controlled in turn, where will the love in your life go? You'll continue to yearn, and what happens ultimately? You are in a trap of another unfulfilled and unhealthy relationship, isn't it? Think about it. Is it really worth the game? If you want to know more about it, write down in comments. I'll probably make a video on that. Bye.